Welcome to the exciting field of commerce. Commerce plays a vital role in the world around us. You use it everywhere, every day. I am your economics teacher, Hafiz Danial, and our course code is 2281. This course spans over 3 years, and by the end of 3 years, you all will be well aware about the diversity and application of economics. Now let's come towards the contents. Our first content is basic economic problems. In this section, we will discuss the introduction of the economics, definition of the economics, and the concept of economics. Then we will discuss the needs and wants. What is the concept of needs and wants? Okay. So here we start. Economics 2281, O-level economics 2281. So first of all, we start from the definition of economics. Economics is a science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. The first thing from the definition is economics is the science. Okay, economics is the science for human behavior. Economics is a science in which we are finding the human behavior. So in other words, we can say that economics is the science of human behavior, or we can say that economics deals with human behavior, okay, as a relationship between two things, ends and scarce means. The first thing is ends. End means our wishes, our desires, our wants, okay. And scarce means what? Are resources to fulfill these wants. But there is another word which is attached with our means is scarce. Scarce means limited. Okay, so here we have the conclusion of the definition that economics is the science of unlimited wants but limited resources. So how to fulfill these unlimited wants? Here we have alternative uses. Alternative uses means substitute of those goods. In other words, we can also say that economics is the science of unlimited wants with limited resources, scarce resources. If we are unable to fulfill our desires or wants, so we have some other options as well, some other choices. So economics deals with all those factors that are needed to fulfill our wants, that are needed to satisfy our wants. Okay, here is another definition of the economics is it is the study of how resources are allocated to fulfill the unlimited needs and wants of individuals, governments, and firms in an economy. What are the resources that are required to fulfill the unlimited wants and needs of individual, government, and firms in an economy? Alright, so economics deals with all those factors that are required to fulfill our needs and our wants. Here comes the two words. The first word is need. Need is basically that are required for the households of the human being, that are very necessary. Needs are very necessary, very essential products for the households of human beings. For example, we can say that a glass of water is a need of human being. Without this glass of water, we cannot live. We cannot stay alive. Okay, but when I am thirsty, but I want a particular brand of water. For example, if I say I want only Aquafina water, I want only Nestle water. It's my want, it's my desire. But if I am thirsty and I want to drink water, so just a glass of water, a tap water, it is my need. But if I want Nestle or Aquafina or so on, so these are my wants. Okay, this is the basic difference between the needs and wants, okay, of individuals. So economics is the subject that is drive for satisfying the needs and wants of the human being. Okay, it deals with the human behavior as we have discussed in the definition of economics. So economics is basically dealing with all kinds of human behavior and their relationship between ends and means. Okay, the next questions come in my mind is, what is the basic economic problem? What is the need of economics? Or we can say that, what is the basic economic problem? Okay, so my answer is, there are few productive resources to make all the goods and services that consumer need and want. Okay, the resources, the productive resources are less in quantity, they are limited, they are scarce, but our desires, our wants, our needs are unlimited. Okay, so we have to fulfill these wants. How do we fulfill these wants? So we have to produce some more products. Okay, if the resources are limited, so how do we produce more products? So this is the basic economic problem that we'll inshallah discuss in our online classes in detail. But here are some of the few tips and techniques we will discuss in this lecture. Okay, so the first thing is limited resources and unlimited wants. What is the combination of limited resources and unlimited wants? The combination of limited resources and unlimited wants is basically the economic problem, or it would be the definition of economics. Okay, so when the resources are limited and your wants are unlimited, so how do you fulfill, or how do you combine these two factors? This is all, these managements are called economics. Okay, scarcity of resources is the basic economic problem. What is scarcity? Scarcity is something that drives by two components. The first component is unlimited wants, and the second component is scarce or limited resources. So these two factors, when we combine these two factors, there is another thing come is scarcity. Scarcity means shortage. As we have discussed earlier, we have unlimited wants, but we have the resources we have is limited. So we have to combine all those factors, all two factors, to get our satisfaction level. So by combining these two factors, we are at the point, this point is called scarcity. Here I take a simple example. If I want a car, Toyota Corolla, okay, but I have only 10 lakh rupees. Okay, so my resources are 10 lakh rupees, and I want, or I wish to have Toyota Corolla car which cost almost 30 lakh rupees. Okay, so there is a conflict between two factors. My want will say must have Toyota Corolla, but my resource will say we have only 10 lakh rupees. Okay, so how do we combine these two factors? There is a conflict in these two factors. My want will say, I only wish to have Toyota Corolla. But my pocket will say, my resources will say, you have only 10 lakh rupees. Okay. So how do we combine these two factors? Or how do we convert, or how do we satisfy our want? If I want to satisfy my want, I would say I can have Mehran, Suzuki Mehran. It cost almost 9 to 10 lakh rupees. Okay, so in this 10 lakh rupees, I should have Mehran, which cost in my budget. So economics will say, but these two factors will pursue towards scarcity. Okay. Now we discuss the actual definition of scarcity. It refers to the basic economic problem. As we have discussed earlier, scarcity comes from the or derived from the definition of economics. The gap between limited resources and unlimited wants. Resources are limited, but wants are unlimited. So here comes the scarcity. Scarcity derived from the unlimited resources. Unlimited wants with limited resources. Okay, so in this condition we have to go towards the alternative resources. Okay, alternative uses. Okay, to deal with unlimited wants with limited resources, we have to do one thing: the allocation of resources efficiently. New word is efficiently. So when we have limited resources, we have to work on efficiency of the work. Okay, so resources are limited. So how do we use these resources to satisfy our wants? So we have to go towards the efficiency. Okay, when we have efficiency, we can satisfy our wants. Okay, by doing the work efficiently, by doing the resources, by allocating the resources efficiently. So what do we achieve in order to satisfy basic needs and as many additional wants as possible? So first of all, we will fulfill our needs, then we step by step going towards our wants. Alright, first of all, we have to fulfill our needs. What are our basic needs? There are three basic needs. Food. Number one is your food. Okay, and number second is your clothes, basic clothes, and number third is your shelter. So first of all, we are going towards our basic needs: food, shelter, and clothes. Then we go towards additional wants. For example, my basic needs have been fulfilled. For example, my clothes have been done, my food, alhamdulillah, have been done, and my shelter, alhamdulillah, have been done. Okay, so I want some other resources. I should have a car as well. I should have for example, mobile as well. So these are our wants. They are not necessary for the life, but these are my wants. So whenever my needs are fulfilled, so I must go towards my wants. Okay, I want to fulfill my wishes in my life after fulfilling the basic needs of my life and the basic needs of any of the household. When we go towards the additional wants. Okay, so in a nutshell, we are discussing the scarcity. Scarcity is basically the gap between the limited resources and unlimited wants. Okay, so how do we fulfill these limited resources with unlimited wants? We have to work with efficiently. Okay, so we allocate our resources efficiently to fulfill or to satisfy our wants. Okay, as we have discussed the definition and the concept of economics in detail, if you have any query, feel free to ask me on GCR. Okay, thank you very much.